Hey friends, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Christmas in July. I'm going to be taking you through the process of December 1st through December 4th in my December daily album for 2022. I have a lot of the components of each of the pages already kind of compiled here. It makes my process of building the pages go by much more smoothly. I kind of start beforehand with a sketch and then I go on from there. If that is something that you are interested in seeing, kind of like a behind the scenes sketch to finish video, let me know in the comments and I would love to show you kind of the back end on how my planning works. So we're going to hop in. Here is day one. I'm starting with the left hand side, which is the back of that calendar page that I put together in my previous videos, which is the supplies and intro video that is linked in the description below, as well as a supplies list for anything that is currently available in July of 2023. So I have that left hand side. It has a background paper from Jen Conlon. I also used papers, they're all digital, from the Cozy Holidays kit for these tags that you kind of see underneath. So not all of the pages that I have are a true out of the pocket page size, even though I have a lot of out of pocket pages. So what I have here is a grid paper. I liked that the grid that I used for my calendar page kind of acted like a neutral but not a stark white page. So I grabbed a grid paper from an old Get to Work book and I covered the printed part with leftover from the pattern paper that's underneath my photo, and I'm going to use that as a pocket to hold these little pieces that I'm turning into tags. It's like a Christmas this or that kind of survey that I did with my kids and my husband and back in December, and the printable was part of the 2022 December Daily Prep Day hosted by Ali Edwards. And so I just did one for each of us. It's like white lights or colored lights, cocoa or eggnog, those types of things. And I just marked them down for each of us. And it was really fun. And I liked having my kids' preferences for the year, and it helped when we were planning different gatherings. I knew kind of what they wanted and what they were looking forward to, so that made it super fun. So back to my video, I am mounting the photo on a little bit of tissue paper just because it felt like it was getting a little lost on that pattern, and the tissue paper is kind of softening up and like pulling it all together kind of. And then I'm going to add a chipboard number and a chipboard kind of grid circle that came in some December Daily Ali Edwards embellishments from my stash. I'm also going to apologize right now. My camera mount is not in its right spot, and I didn't realize how bad my head was peeking throughout this video. I tried to do my best to edit it out, but not all the way, so I apologize for the messy bun peeking out here. Also, to add this page in, I cut down some of the plastic adhesive attachers from the Ali Edwards shop. On the back of that grid pocket page, I have I think it's 7 by 8.5. It's whatever the dimensions for outside the page are. It's just a plain piece of white cardstock. I'm going to piece together some pictures in pattern paper, and then in the end you'll see I'll add that pocket page to it. So we in our community every year have a tree lighting party where we gather, do some caroling, and gathering just fun stuff. And then as a community, we walk down to where our Christmas tree is and light it for the month. And what was super exciting this year is that my daughter was chosen to actually flip the switch to get it started for the year. So I'm going to go through and add these photos and patterned paper in. I originally was going to do 2x2 squares, but some of the pictures I wanted to add were not 2x2, so I did 2x4 pictures and then a 2x2 picture. They bring the kids what are those gingerbread houses that they made at school to help decorate the party, and so I wanted to include those pictures. So the right hand side is going to be that piecework page, and then the left hand, reverse that, the left hand side is the piecework page, and this right hand side is going to be pictures of her lighting the Christmas tree. I also have a journal card I'm going to put here that says Fa La La. That is from the In a Creative Bubble Feed Your Craft Merry and Magical kit. I printed it out this time, and because it's available digitally now from In a Creative Bubble. Because I batched a couple days at a time, I have other things that I printed all at once to help save on paper. So I'm just cutting out those pictures and journal cards to use here in a minute. So 3 photos of her lighting the tree. I'll fill in the journaling. I am still going back and forth about which papers I want to use on this, and so I'm going to spare you the indecision, and I'll come back on and put it together. I also added a QR code to the mix for a reel that I made at the time when my daughter got to light the tree. We're going to flip it over and work on day 3. This is my husband's birthday, so I always designate the 3rd for him because it kind of, even though there are other events that we go to, the 3rd really just marks that it is Christmas time after my husband's birthday. So I'm going to go through my stash of embellishments. I have Merry and Magical from Feed Your Craft and In a Creative Bubble. These are linked digitally. I have a ton of Ali Edwards December Daily pieces. I'm going to add this puffy sticker from a Paisley Press mini kit that says Happiest Here. I wanted to stick in like a light blue minty green color scheme since that is what my chipboard number is. I'm going to be using these chipboard numbers throughout. I got them during the closing sale at Felicity Jane. So sad. But I did score those and I'm excited to incorporate them in. I'm going to use this notebook card from my stash for my journaling. I wanted to add something more, so I'm going through all of these word stickers. So many word stickers, but I couldn't find anything I truly loved in a color that went with this minty green blue color scheme that I have going on. In a minute, you'll see that I printed out the recipe that I used for his birthday cake / pie. And that has that tealy, minty blue, green color on it as well. So I really didn't want to clash. To kind of give a title to this journaling card, I pulled out one of the In a Creative stamps. I believe that one is the Feed Your Craft one. If so, it's available digitally. If not, it's the Ali Edwards one, and that one is still in her shop. It came in a bundle with the notebook. I'm not seeing it right now, so I can't double check. But it just says favorite tradition, and I stamped it in gray on there, and I'm just gonna journal in that spot. First, I'm gonna add all of these cards in since I know where they are going. I'm going back and forth with adding a little 6 to the side of that 3 since that was the age my husband turned during his birthday, and I think that would be really fun. I'm going to add in some of these other pictures because I think that they're done, and then we are going to move on to laying out my pages for the 4th. I forgot to add the recipe for the cake, but it's going to go on the back of this red and black plaid. That is a invitation we got for a community party. Our December was very full this year, and it was great. It wasn't too full, but it was just enough for the season. And it was a Christmas dinner party and a gift exchange with a lot of people in our community. And the hosts also gave my kids their own presents, so they were very excited for that. As you can see here, I have some of the pieces pulled already for my next set of days, so that's what all those extra pieces are that you see flying around. So my journaling card for this day is another patterned paper from that Cozy Holidays digital papers from Jen Conlon. Again, going through this stash of embellishments, and I'm going to put a little puffy sticker here. I'm also going to use some of the glitter stars that came from Allie Edwards' shop, and I'm going to add 3 of them. These ones are silver, 1 to each photo with the kids, and then 1 behind the 4. On my daughter's, it has a little chipboard piece, or maybe it's cardboard or cardstock that says, I think it's a die cut that says good cheer. And then my son's has a sticky or a puffy sticker from that Paisley Press page that said pure joy. And then, or maybe that one's from, either way, it is a stash item and it is linked below. It says pure joy. So I, at some point, paused and didn't restart recording. So I missed the last kind of finishing touches on a lot of these pages. So I made these little printable pieces into actual tags and stitched the journaling or stitched the pockets on. You can see that I put this gold foil washi underneath and then put all my pieces down for that piecework page. My husband's birthday, I ended up stamping this star border, then the recipe there for him, and then that is it for my pages. I'm sorry that we missed putting them all together. If you have any questions on how it all fit together, please do not hesitate to leave a comment below or reach out on social media. I would be happy to answer any of those questions since I messed up there, but it was pretty straightforward, just cutting and sticking things down. I am flipping back now to this calendar spread that I put in, and I'm going to use it very much in the same way that Allie used her opening, where I'm going to just put a title of some sort about each day. Now, mine's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to handwrite or hand stamp the actual title, but I am going to include some kind of representation for each day. So day 1 was those tags, the this or that tags, or would you rather. And so I took a story by the month stamp set, I believe. It said this and that, and I just covered it up and printed this, that, and then I hand wrote or on the side. Next, we're going to do the tree lighting party, and I had that Fa La La card, and I noticed that this Felicity Jane stamp set also had a Fa La La stamp on it, so I stamped it originally in Astoria Crafters ink, but that pink was a little too light, You can't even really see it here on the video, so I went back over with a green instead, and it wasn't perfect, but now the pink is a little bit like a shadow, which is super fun. For day 3, which was my husband's birthday, I'm stamping in his initials with another Felicity Jane stamp set, and then I'll go back in later and write happy birthday and then his initials. And then on day 4, I pulled a Pure Joy stamp out from the In a Creative Bubble Ali Edwards stamp set, and I stamped that for day 4. I'm really excited that there's going to be some variation between stamping. I also think that I'll incorporate some stickers and die cuts if I don't have the right stamps for some of the things coming up. And I'm just excited to see all the colors and symbols that represent our holiday season or our December on these pages. So as I wrap up here with the stamping, you'll see me start adding all of these pages back in. So another look at how they all ended up. Again, any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or just say hi. If you're a new follower, say hi, or follow me on my social media. I want to thank you for spending your time with me today as I put these pages together. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to coming back on in a couple more days with days 5 through 7, I believe. And then 8 and 9 will be shortly after that, if all goes according to plan. So there are all those pieces in. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.